Hey there, it's Emily, and welcome back to another episode of our podcast. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like there's just not enough time in the day? Like you're running around, checking off tasks, but at the end of it all, you haven't really made progress? You're not alone. It happens to the best of us. The truth is, we all have the same 24 hours, but how we use them makes all the difference. Some people get closer to their goals. Others, well, they get stuck. Today, we're going to talk about how to manage your time effectively. I'll share with you what time management really means, why it's so important, and how you can start using it to succeed. So, if you want to stop feeling busy but unproductive, this episode is for you. Let's dive in and take control of our time. All right, so let's start by answering a simple but important question. What is time management? It's not just about making a list of tasks or organizing your calendar. It's about planning and controlling how we spend our time. It's about making smart choices. You decide what's important, what's urgent, and what can be ignored. When you manage your time well, you make the most out of each day. Let's break it down. Imagine you're checking emails for hours, scrolling through social media, or replying to random messages. You might feel busy, but are you being productive? Probably not. Being busy doesn't mean you're making progress toward your goals. But when you use your time effectively, you move closer to your dreams. Time management is about prioritizing what matters. When you spend your time on what's important, you're creating real progress. Instead of wasting hours on things that don't add value, you focus on tasks that move you forward. Let's say you set aside just 1 hour each day to learn something new or work on a skill. That 1 hour will add up over time. You'll grow and you'll see results. Time is like money. If you waste money on things you don't need, you'll end up broke. And if you waste your time on things that don't matter, you'll feel stuck and frustrated. But if you invest your time wisely, it will pay you back in ways you can't even imagine. That's what good time management is all about. It's about using your limited hours to achieve the success you desire. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, but what does this really look like? It's not about having more hours in the day. No one gets extra time. What you have control over is how you use the time you already have. That's the key. So, start by looking at how you use your time now. Are you spending it on tasks that bring you closer to your goals? Or are you getting distracted by things that don't matter? When you prioritize the important things, you're moving in the right direction. At the end of the day, time management is about being intentional with your hours. It's about making choices that align with your goals and values. It's about saying no to the distractions and yes to what matters most. Remember, time is one of the few things you can never get back. So, the more intentional you are with how you spend it, the more successful you'll be. It's not about working more, it's about working smarter. And with that, you'll be on your way to achieving the things you've always wanted. It all starts with how you manage your time today. Now, let's talk about why time management is so important for your success. First, let's think about this. Time is life. Every minute that passes is a part of your life that you can never get back. When you spend your time wisely, you're actually investing in your life. That's why managing your time isn't just about being organized. It's about making the most out of every single day. Second, good time management helps you move closer to your goals. Success doesn't happen in one big step. Success is a series of small steps, taken every single day. If you manage your time well, you're able to focus on what matters. You can spend more hours learning, growing, and working on your dreams. That's what moves you forward. Let me give you an example. Think about how much time you might waste on things that don't move you forward. How much time do you spend scrolling on social media? How much time is lost in endless emails or random tasks? All that time adds up, and it keeps you from focusing on the things that really matter. Good time management helps you focus on what's important. It allows you to get rid of distractions and get more done. When you control your time, you take control of your future. That's why successful people spend time on things that move them toward their goals, not on things that just fill their day. Third, time management reduces stress. Many people feel overwhelmed because they don't know what to do first. Their to-do lists seem endless. But when you manage your time well, you start your day with clarity. You know exactly what to focus on and what can wait. You're not running around trying to do everything at once. Managing your time allows you to feel calm and in control. You feel less pressure because you have a plan for your day. When you don't manage your time, it can lead to stress and anxiety. But with good time management, you feel focused and confident. You're not fighting against time, you're working with it. Finally, good time management helps you achieve balance in your life. It's easy to get caught up in work, but life is about more than just your job. Success is not just about making money or achieving career goals. Real success is about having a healthy and happy life. When you manage your time well, you create space for the important things: family, friends, hobbies, and rest. Time management helps you find balance. It lets you focus on work but also take time to relax and recharge. When you're balanced, you feel better and you perform better in every area of your life. So, to put it simply, without good time management, success is very hard to achieve. But with time management, success becomes possible. The more intentional you are with your time, the more you can achieve. And as you get better at managing your time, your success will grow. In the end, time management is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It's the skill that can change your life. When you manage your time, you manage your future. And when you manage your future, you create the life you want. All right, now that we know what time management is and why it's so important, let's talk about some common mistakes people make. These mistakes are easy to make, and many of us do them without even realizing. Let's start with the first one: procrastination. We've all been there. You know you have something important to do, but instead of getting started, you put it off until later. And later turns into tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. Before you know it, you're rushing to get things done at the last minute. Procrastination is a time thief. It steals your time and makes tasks feel much harder. When you delay something, it often becomes bigger and more overwhelming. So, how do you stop procrastinating? You need to break the task into smaller, more manageable pieces. When you take that first step, you'll find it's easier to keep going. The second mistake is multitasking. Many people believe that doing multiple things at once will save time. But the truth is, multitasking usually makes you less efficient. When you try to focus on 5 different things, your attention gets scattered and you end up making mistakes. Instead of completing tasks well, you waste time fixing errors. Think about it. You're checking emails while trying to work on an important project, or you're answering messages while on a call. The more you divide your focus, the longer it takes to finish each task. The solution is simple: focus on one task at a time. Give it your full attention, and you'll finish it faster and better. Mistake number 3: not having clear priorities. Without priorities, your day can quickly get out of control. You wake up, and the first thing you do is check your phone. Then you respond to messages, scroll through social media, or handle small tasks that don't really matter. Before you know it, the day is almost over, and you haven't worked on your main goals. To avoid this mistake, you need to set your priorities straight. What is the most important task? What will bring you closer to your goals? By tackling the most important tasks first, you're ensuring that your time is spent wisely. The fourth mistake is distractions. Let's be honest, we're all guilty of this one. Your phone, social media, and endless notifications are constantly pulling your attention. Every time you check your phone or answer a message, you lose your focus. Think about how much time you waste getting distracted. It adds up quickly, doesn't it? To overcome distractions, you need to set boundaries. Turn off notifications, put your phone away, or use apps that block distractions. The more you limit distractions, the more focused and productive you'll become. Finally, mistake number 5: saying yes to everything. This one is tricky because it feels good to help others. But when you say yes to every request, you end up stretching yourself too thin. You agree to more work, more meetings, and more commitments. leaving you with no time for your own priorities. Learning to say no is a crucial part of managing your time. It doesn't mean you're being rude or selfish. It just means you're protecting your time for what matters most. Saying no gives you the space to focus on your goals without feeling overwhelmed. So, those are the 5 common mistakes: procrastination, multitasking, lack of priorities, distractions, and saying yes too much. Recognizing these mistakes is the first step in avoiding them. Once you become aware of them, you'll be able to make better decisions and use your time more wisely. And that's how you start managing your time more effectively. Now that we know about the mistakes people make with their time, let's dive into some practical strategies. These strategies are simple, easy to apply, and they will help you take control of your time starting today. Strategy 1: set clear goals. Without clear goals, it's easy to get lost in the chaos of everyday tasks. When you don't know where you're going, it's hard to figure out how to get there. Write down your goals, both short term and long term. Short term goals are things you want to achieve this week or month, while long term goals are what you hope to accomplish in a year or 5 years. Having goals gives you direction. You know exactly what your time should be focused on. When you don't have goals, you end up wasting time on things that don't matter. So, take a moment to write down your goals and get clear on what you want to achieve. Strategy 2: learn to prioritize. Not all tasks are created equal. Some are urgent, while others are important. Ask yourself, is this task urgent? Is this task important? The most successful people focus on tasks that are both urgent and important. For example, if you have a deadline coming up, finishing that task should be your priority. On the other hand, tasks that are not important can wait or be ignored. By focusing on what truly matters, you'll be able to move closer to your goals every day. Strategy 3: use a to-do list or planner. A simple to-do list can help you stay organized and on track. Every day, write down the tasks you want to complete. When you see your tasks on paper, your mind feels clearer and you can prioritize what needs to be done first. You check off each task, you get a sense of progress and accomplishment. It also helps you see if you're overloading yourself with too many tasks. If your list is too long, consider breaking it down into smaller steps or delegating tasks that aren't necessary for you to do. Strategy 4: try time blocking. Time blocking means dividing your day into blocks of time, each dedicated to a specific task. For example, you might dedicate 9:11 a.m. for studying, 11:12 p.m. for exercise, 1:03 p.m. for work, and so on. This method helps you stay focused because you know exactly what you should be doing in each block of time. Time blocking prevents you from jumping between tasks and allows you to work without distractions. It's like setting aside time for each task so that nothing gets left behind. Strategy 5: break big tasks into small steps. Sometimes big projects can feel overwhelming, and this is why we procrastinate. But breaking big tasks into smaller, manageable steps makes them less intimidating. For example, instead of thinking, I have to write a 20-page report, break it down into smaller steps like, today I'll write 2 pages. This way, you make steady progress without feeling overwhelmed. Strategy 6: reduce distractions. Distractions are one of the biggest time killers. Turn off unnecessary notifications on your phone, put your phone away while you work, or use apps that block distracting websites. Every time you get distracted, you lose focus and waste precious time. Set boundaries for yourself and avoid multitasking. The more focused you are, the more productive you will be. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing one thing well at a time. Strategy 7: learn to say no. Saying no doesn't mean you're being rude or unhelpful. It means you're protecting your time for the things that matter most. If someone asks you to do something that doesn't fit into your schedule or align with your goals, politely say no. By learning to say no, you keep your time free for what's truly important. You can focus on your goals without being overwhelmed by others' demands. Strategy 8: take breaks and rest. It's easy to think that working nonstop will help you get more done, but that's not true. Your brain and body need rest. Taking short breaks, even for 5 to 10 minutes, can help recharge your energy and keep you focused for longer periods. Make sure to take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. When you're rested, you perform better. So don't skip breaks. They're an essential part of staying productive. To summarize, these strategies are simple, but if you use them every day, you'll feel more in control of your time. You'll make progress toward your goals, reduce stress, and enjoy a more balanced life. Start by setting goals, prioritizing tasks, and using time blocking. From there, break big tasks into smaller steps, reduce distractions, and take care of your energy. By using these strategies, you can make every hour count and move closer to the success you want. Now, let's bring everything together with some real life examples. These stories will show you how time management works in practice and how small changes can make a big difference. Example 1, Maria, a college student. Before she started managing her time, Maria felt stressed and unorganized. She would study randomly, sometimes late at night, sometimes in the morning, and never had a clear plan. This led to her feeling unprepared for exams and always rushing at the last minute. But when she decided to make a change, she started managing her time more effectively. She created a schedule where she studied for 2 hours every morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, and reviewed before bed. She also made sure to keep her phone away while studying to avoid distractions. In just a few weeks, Maria felt more confident, her grades improved, and she didn't feel stressed anymore. The secret wasn't about studying longer hours, it was about studying with focus and consistency. Example 2, John, a professional with a busy job and family. John used to feel like he had no time for himself. He worked full time and had a family with 2 young kids. His days were filled with meetings, work, and taking care of his family, but he never had time for his own hobbies or personal goals. Then, John decided to try time blocking. He started dedicating his mornings to the most important work tasks, even setting aside evenings for his family and weekends for his personal hobbies. He also learned to say no to extra meetings that didn't align with his priorities. With these changes, John felt more balanced. His work-life balance improved, and he found time to take care of himself too. He was still busy, but he was using his time in a smarter way. Example 3, small changes, big results. One of my friends had a habit of checking his phone first thing in the morning. He would spend an hour scrolling through social media before even starting his day. But he decided to make a simple change. Instead of reaching for his phone, he started reading for 20 minutes each morning. That small habit shift gave him more energy and helped him start his day with focus. As a result, he gained an extra 7 hours each week that he could use for other productive activities. This example shows that even small changes in how we use our time can lead to big results over time. These stories highlight how time management isn't about perfection. It's about making better choices each day. You don't have to change your whole life in one go. Small steps, like setting a schedule or focusing on one task at a time, can make a huge difference in your success. So, whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone trying to manage your busy life, remember that time management is a skill anyone can learn. And with practice, you'll see how it can change your life, step by step. The important thing is to start. Start with small changes, and over time, you'll see the results. You can do this. Time management is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving the success you want. Don't wait. Start today and make the most of your time. Now that we've covered the mistakes people make and the strategies to fix them, let's talk about how time management is a journey, not a destination. You won't become a time management expert overnight, and that's okay. The key is consistency. Each small step you take will bring you closer to mastering your time and achieving your goals. The first thing to remember is that progress takes time. Don't expect instant results. When you start managing your time better, you might feel awkward or struggle at first. That's normal. It's a learning process. And like any new habit, it takes practice, Don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is that you get back on track. If you miss a day of time blocking or forget to prioritize, just start again the next day. Each day is a new opportunity to improve, and each time you try, you get better. Another important point is to be flexible. Life happens. Sometimes unexpected things come up, and plans get disrupted. When that happens, don't panic. Instead, adjust your schedule and move forward. The goal of time management is not to be rigid or perfect. It's about making the most of your time, even when things don't go according to plan. One thing that can help is tracking your progress. Keep a journal or log of your time management efforts. Write down what worked well and what didn't. Reflecting on your progress helps you stay motivated and focused. It also allows you to identify patterns. Maybe you notice that you're more productive in the mornings, or that certain tasks always seem to take longer than expected. If you feel stuck, try changing your approach. Sometimes all it takes is a fresh perspective. Maybe time blocking works for a while, but then you find it's not as effective for your current situation. That's okay. Adjust your strategy. Time management is about finding what works best for you. You don't have to follow a strict system. What matters is that you find a routine that helps you get more done without feeling overwhelmed. For example, you might find that having a set routine for the first hour of the day sets the tone for everything that follows. Or maybe you prefer to mix up your tasks to stay energized. Finally, remember that time management is not just about being productive. It's also about making time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. If you focus only on work and forget to take breaks, you'll eventually burn out. That's why balance is so important. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't take care of your physical and mental health, you won't be able to perform at your best. Make sure to schedule time for yourself, for hobbies, for family, and for relaxation. This will keep you energized and focused when you need it most. Time management is a powerful tool that can transform your life. But it's not just about getting more done. It's about creating the life you want. It's about making time for what matters most to you. So, as you continue your journey, take it one day at a time. Don't strive for perfection, but for progress. And remember, the more consistent you are, the better you'll become at managing your time. By focusing on small, achievable steps, you'll see big changes in the long run. And in the end, it's not just about managing your time, it's about managing your life. As we wrap up today's episode, let's focus on the final key point: how to keep going and stay motivated in your time management journey. We've talked about what time management is, the common mistakes, the strategies to improve, and how to track your progress. But the real test is consistency. You have to stay committed and keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. First, let's address the question: why is it so hard to stay consistent with time management? The truth is, we all get distracted. Life gets busy. Sometimes we face setbacks or feel overwhelmed by our to-do lists. It's easy to fall back into old habits and stop using the strategies that helped us improve. But here's the thing: consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up every day, even if it's just for a few minutes of focused work. Start by setting realistic expectations for yourself. Don't expect to have perfect time management every single day. Some days will be better than others, and that's okay. The key is not to give up when you slip up. Instead, learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. One way to stay motivated is by celebrating your progress. Each time you complete a task or stick to your schedule, acknowledge it. Give yourself a little reward or simply take a moment to appreciate your efforts. This helps keep you energized and reinforces the habit of time management. Another strategy to stay motivated is to remind yourself why you're managing your time in the first place. Think about your goals. Why do you want to be more productive? What are you working toward? By keeping your goals in mind, you'll stay focused and committed to managing your time effectively. Another powerful motivator is accountability. Share your goals with a friend, a colleague, or a mentor. Having someone to check in with can help keep you on track. You're more likely to stick to your plan when someone else is rooting for you. Also, don't be afraid to adjust your plan when necessary. Sometimes life throws us curveballs, and we need to adapt. Maybe your priorities change or unexpected tasks come up. That's okay. Time management isn't about rigidly sticking to a plan. It's about being flexible and adjusting as you go. So, give yourself permission to make changes and try new approaches. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Motivation and consistency are easier to maintain when you're feeling good. Get enough sleep, eat well, exercise, and make time for relaxation. When you're physically and mentally healthy, you'll have more energy and focus to tackle your tasks. Lastly, remind yourself that time management isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. Even the most successful people continue to improve their time management skills. There's always room for growth and learning. So, embrace the process and be patient with yourself. The more you practice, the better you'll get at managing your time. And remember, small steps lead to big changes. With each day you manage your time effectively, you're getting closer to your goals. And the more you focus on the right things, the more success you'll achieve in all areas of your life. In the end, time management is about making the most of the time you have. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. Stay consistent, stay motivated, and keep taking those small steps forward. Success is just around the corner. As we wrap up today's episode, I hope you've gained some valuable insights into time management. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making small improvements every day. Time management is a skill that will grow stronger the more you practice it. Start with simple steps like setting clear goals, prioritizing your tasks, and reducing distractions. The most important thing is consistency. Keep applying what you've learned, and soon you'll see big results. You don't need to change everything at once. Just focus on one thing at a time and keep building on your progress. Thank you for listening. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend who could benefit. And don't forget to tune in next time for more tips on personal growth. Until then, remember, manage your time, manage your life. Take care and start making the most of your time today.